As the 15th century dawned, Europe was on the brink of a new era, the Age of Exploration. This period was marked by an intense race between European powers, each vying for control over lucrative trade routes. Portugal emerged as one of the major players in this quest, driven by a thirst for adventure and the promise of wealth. Among the many explorers of this time, one name stands out: Francisco de Almeida, the first Viceroy of Portuguese India. Born in 1450, Francisco de Almeida, like many of his time, was drawn to the allure of the unknown. This was an era of exploration, discovery, and conquest, and Almeida was no different. As a young man, he was fascinated by the tales of distant lands and exotic cultures. These stories fueled his ambition, and he began to dream of carving out his own place in the annals of history. Francisco de Almeida was born into the Portuguese nobility, a fact that opened many doors for him. His entry into the royal court was thus not surprising. He was a dynamic personality, known for his strategic acumen and military prowess. His talents did not go unnoticed. King Manuel I, the then monarch of Portugal, saw in Almeida a man capable of fulfilling his own grand vision. The king wanted to establish Portuguese control over the Indian Ocean, thereby monopolizing the lucrative spice trade. He believed Almeida was the man for the job. In 1505, King Manuel appointed Francisco de Almeida as the Viceroy of India. This was a monumental task, but Almeida was not one to back down from a challenge. He was determined to succeed and prove his worth. He knew this was his chance to make his mark, and he was ready to seize it. Almeida set sail for India in 1505, armed with a clear vision and the backing of his king. His journey was just beginning, and the pages of history were waiting to be written. Almeida's tenure as viceroy was marked by strategic diplomacy and decisive warfare. Now let's delve into this fascinating era of history. Almeida's first order of business was to build a string of fortresses along the Indian coast. These forts were more than just military strongholds. They were also commercial hubs that helped the Portuguese control the spice trade. This network of fortresses, stretching from the Horn of Africa to the Malabar coast of India, became the cornerstone of Portugal's maritime empire in the east. One of Almeida's most notable contributions was his innovative policy known as the Blue Water Strategy. This policy emphasized the importance of sea power and aimed to cut off the sea routes of Portugal's competitors, effectively establishing a Portuguese monopoly over the spice trade. The Blue Water policy was a game-changer, transforming Portugal into the dominant sea power in the Indian Ocean. But Almeida's tenure was not just about trade and diplomacy. He was also a formidable military leader. The naval Battle of Diu, fought in 1509, stands as a testament to his military prowess. In this significant battle, the combined fleets of the Ottoman Empire, Egypt, Venice, the Sultan of Gujarat, and the Zamorin of Calicut were vanquished by the Portuguese naval forces under Almeida. This victory cemented Portugal's dominance in the Indian Ocean and marked the beginning of European control over Asian sea trade. Throughout his tenure, Almeida demonstrated an extraordinary blend of diplomacy, strategic vision, and military acumen. His policies and actions laid the foundation for Portugal's golden era of exploration and expansion. Almeida's rule ended in 1509, but his impact was far-reaching and long-lasting. His legacy, marked by the forts that dotted the Indian coastline and the waves of the Blue Water policy, would continue to shape the contours of global trade and maritime power dynamics for centuries to come. Almeida's tenure as viceroy was indeed a pivotal chapter in the annals of global maritime history. Francisco de Almeida's story is one of ambition, vision, and unyielding determination. From his early life in Portugal to his rise in the court of King John II, Almeida was a man of action and strategic prowess. Appointed as the first viceroy of Portuguese India, he was instrumental in establishing the Portuguese Empire's foothold in the east, effectively initiating the European age of exploration. His tenure as viceroy was marked by significant achievements, including the establishment of a chain of fortresses along the Indian coastline, ensuring Portuguese dominance over the local trade routes. His vision extended beyond mere conquest. He sought to create a sustainable presence for Portugal in India, laying the groundwork for a legacy that would endure for over 4 centuries. His life was a testament to the indomitable spirit of exploration and the relentless pursuit of strategic advantage. Francisco de Almeida, the first Viceroy of Portuguese India, left an indelible mark on the pages of history, shaping the course of the age of exploration.
हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और साथ ही बेल आइकन दबाएं, जिससे समय पर नोटिफिकेशन आपको मिलती रहे। आपका एक लाइक हमें प्रोत्साहित करता है जिससे कि हम नई वीडियो बनाएं। थैंक्स फॉर योर सपोर्ट।